here is Marjorie Taylor Greene with someone named Sarah Carter. This is going to be as weaponized as any of us can imagine. Yikes.
All right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is like a cartoon character.
I told Congresswoman Greene, I said, everyone here is waiting to see you. They want to hear you. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I was just saying, you know, Sarah and I, we need a whole hour out here with you guys. What do you think?
Oh, God, please no.
We would love to do it. They are going to keep us on a timer, so I'm going to start off with the first question. And I told you, I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond to these allegations that
you're an
came
idiot.
up and lies. We saw memes and lies. I showed you one of them, trying to compare your statements to Adolf Hitler.
Well, there we go. The laughter from the crowd is exactly right. Well, you know what, Sarah, I take that very seriously. Ever since I've become a member of Congress, I've been the most attacked member of Congress in United States history, and I'm appalled by it, and so is my family, and so are my friends, and so are my district. Being kicked off committees and lied about constantly in the media is disgusting.
What a victim,
and
huh?
all of us are fed up with it. But when I said that I'm a Christian nationalist, I have nothing to be ashamed of, because that's what most Americans are. We're proud of our faith.
You kind of do have something to be ashamed of.
We're proud of our faith, and we love our country. And that will make America great again. When we lean into biblical principles, you know, is there anything wrong with loving God and loving others? No.
The facts are that America is less religious over time. It is perpetually less and less and less religious.
America and Americans first, then we really will win, and the Democrats will not destroy our country. So I don't back down from those comments, but I denounce the lying media for what they've said. Enough of it.
And
yeah.
you've seen that over and over again. This is an issue that has been first and foremost, I think, ever since 2016 specifically. We saw the nation, you know, in turmoil, political turmoil, the weaponization of our agents.
I guess that this Sarah Carter is a current Fox News anchor from what I'm seeing online.
Republicans who supported him. Talk a little bit about that and how that not only affects the members of Congress and how you're going to handle that in the future, but affects the American people.
Well, I think it affects all of us. And what I've seen in Washington ever since I've gotten there is fear. Because of these lies in the media, and look at what we've all dealt with. Why is it that the mainstream media, and why is it that the trolls all over social media, and you know the ones that run the big tech platforms, why do they get to lie about President Trump, his administration, Republicans like me? Why does CNN get to sell the Russian collusion lie over and over and over again, and now sell Liz Cheney's lie of January 6th over and over and over again?
What's the lie?
Why do they get to call me horrific names and call you horrific names, kick all of you off of social media, and silence your voices?
What names has CNN called Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Then, like somebody like Alex Jones, who did say some things.
What?
But yet he is being politically persecuted right now and being forced to pay out millions and millions.
Defending Alex Jones.
No one agrees with what he said, but what we're tired of is the political persecution. I'd like to know when the Democrats and the liars in the media and the people that canceled all of you and me on big tech, when are they going to pay all of us millions of dollars, right? Well, I tell you what, Sarah, here's this.
Yeah.
When Republicans take back the House, I'm going to be one member of Congress that's there to hold everyone accountable. And I think that's the most important thing I can do.
Let's talk about that. When Republicans take back the House, if that happens this November, what are going to be your main priorities? And I mean, they're talking about you for oversight right now.
Get ready for this.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, do you guys want to see me on the Oversight Committee?
Dear God.
Yeah, there'll be some fire coming out of that committee. Sarah, you have reported on some incredible abuses, just outright breaking laws, horrible things that we've seen from our politicians, and those are the type of things I'd like to go after. Here, I'll just give you guys a few. What do you guys think about Anthony Fauci and Dr. Rachel Levine? Right. Yeah, I think any
Boo trans
practices Frankenstein science that led to the creation of COVID-19, I think he should be fired. What do you guys think?
Oh, so she's going with Fauci made COVID. Oh.
Very good point.
Yes.
Because, and just to clarify for everyone, Senator Rand Paul has been very open about this as well. There's been evidence that the Wuhan laboratories knew that when the virus was released, it would go across the globe. Now there's evidence that NIH funded Wuhan laboratories.
I love how she's acting like this is new when the truth is, like 3 weeks ago we got a report that's like, yeah, it was of animal origin in a Wuhan wet market.
Yes, absolutely. Not only do we need to get to the truth, we need to hold them accountable. If they can have a fake January 6th committee that is persecuting President Trump's administration and staff, innocent people, and if they have a judicial system, a Department of Justice, and an FBI that has led to the persecution of American citizens that did go in the Capitol on January 6th, but now they're being held in jail still to this day, that they need to be held accountable. We can't be the Republican Party that just talks the talk on the campaign trail anymore, Sarah. We have to be the Republican Party that delivers.
All right.
As far as the Republican Party, do you feel that there are divisions within the Republican Party as well, that you're standing up to maybe, and we've heard this before, an establishment? Will we see more unification of that Republican Party come November or 2024?
Well, I will tell you this, and I've always been open and honest about it. There is a civil war in the GOP. But I'll tell you what, Sarah, I lean into it. Because I know that iron sharpens iron, and there's one way to...
The craziest people in the Republican Party are going to win the war, is what she's telling us.
...out inside in our meetings and in our offices, and that's what we've been doing. We've been doing it for months. But here's what I really want to see from our Republican conference. Like I said, our voters, and I've been saying this, our voters and our donors and everyone that supports the Republican Party, they aren't going to support us if we do not stop what's happening to America. We're a country with over $30 trillion in debt. We're a country that has wide open borders. We're a country that is in a recession, no matter how they define it.
Does anybody know in what way the borders are, quote, wide open?
When absolutely they cannot. Each of us are made in the image of God, in his image, male and female in his image. And if we're the Republican Party that is willing to not only close our borders to the daily border invasion, if we're the Republican Party that isn't capable of stopping the crime and putting criminals in jail, if we're the Republican Party that isn't capable of defending children and protecting them from genital mutilation, puberty blockers, and just outright perverse teachings in our taxpayer-funded schools, then what kind of party are we? And we will not deserve, nor will we get...
Man, that's quite a word salad there.
So I will be urging my colleagues, look, we've got to fight harder than ever before, because the Democrats have showed us who they are, Sarah, and you've seen them. You have reported on it over and over.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We have to stop them.
You brought up a great point. Yeah, she brought up a very good point here. Seeing who someone is. It's important that certain positions in government carry certain qualities. Right. Now, I'm not going to put you completely on the spot here as for House Speaker, but what are, right? I mean, you can go there if you want, but what are the qualities that you look for in a Speaker of the House?
What I'm looking for is fearless leadership. I'm looking for a speaker that's not going to be pushed around by the lobbyists and the corporate PACs, because I don't take their money. And I'm looking for a speaker that is going to think about those small business owners the same way they think about the corporate owners, and the same way they think about the janitors, the truck drivers, and the factory workers. I want a speaker that is going to put America first, all of your money first, our borders and our children's future above everything. That's the future Speaker of the House.
So who's that?
And my last question, because we had such a short amount of time, and I would have asked her about everything from Hunter Biden to Afghanistan.
Right.
And I would have said all my opinions.
They've missed Hunter Biden as a topic.
What is your advice to your base in Georgia, to the American people, about these midterms and how important it is for each and every one of us to be involved in the political process? Do you have any advice for them?
Absolutely. We are a government for the people and by the people. And ladies and gentlemen, if you sit home and you sit it out, then you're going to keep having the government that you have. And that's what's happened for decades now. We haven't held them accountable. And I take as much blame as anyone. What you have to do is you have to show up and vote, even if you don't trust your elections. Because if we sit it out on the sideline, it's like watching a battle rage in front of us.
Your vote will be stolen by Democrats, but you should still vote.
You have to volunteer and work the polls. You have to make sure that they count the ballots correctly. And I think in Arizona, we just saw some crazy shenanigans, but some great people won. But we have to care. If we want the country that we know we have and we know we love and we know we're going to continue to fight for our kids in the future, we have to show up. And that's how we're going to hold them accountable, and that is how we're going to help and make this country great again, because I know it can be done. And I believe in you to do it more than myself. So thank you so much.
Everyone, Congresswoman Greene.
Wow. There it is. God, these people. All right, so there was a completely meaningless speech there from Marjorie Taylor Greene.